We have to get back to nature. The more healthy and natural products we eat, the healthier we become. Hello, this is Terry Bell with another edition of Herb Doc. Hello, Terry Bell here with another edition of Herb Doc. Today we're going to be talking on sleeping. Most people sleep 1/3 of their life away. Well, I've got some workers that sleep half away, maybe 3/4. But you need sleep. If you don't have 8 hours sleep a day, some people are sick. There's 4 different REMs that you go into. And if you go into a real deep sleep, like sometimes I go into, I need 4.5 hours sleep. I can't sleep after that. I'm up and gone. A lot of people need 6 hours sleep. Most people 8 hours. A lot of people 10. If you're starting to go over 8 hours, your body's going into another different REM and you're starting to get overtired. Sleeping is that important. And if you can't sleep, there's aids, which we'll be talking about after, that you can take to help you sleep or get you back on track. It's actually the timing of your heart that helps you sleep. Remember, in the day, you have to be a little bit acid. At night, you're alkaline. Now, let's explain that. People think, I've got to be 7 alkaline in the daytime. No. At night, you're alkaline, and then you'll sleep. And if you're not alkaline, let me prove that. Take a cup of coffee. It drives your acid up, and you can't go to sleep. At night, you got to take something like magnesium or things, baking soda, that alkaline your body, and then you'll fall asleep. People have to do that. In the morning, you're a little bit groggy and you're tired and you're staggering around. That's because you're still alkaline. So you take a bit of coffee or a hot shower, bang, your acid comes up just a bit. Between 6, 5, and 7, your acid should be in the day, 7 and over at night to sleep well. That's the difference between acid and alkaline. So if you think, just by being 7 all the time you're going to do good, no, you're not. Your acid goes up and down. Now, I chose this young guy here to demonstrate sleeping, because if I have an old guy here, who cares how he sleeps? His life is over. Somebody younger, but everybody cares about their kids, and we want to teach them how to sleep good while they're young. And if you don't catch it while you're young, back and forth, they're going to be sick. They'll be tossing and turning at night. They can get crazy dreams or nightmares. Go to bed tired, get up tired. Tired all day. If you don't get a good sleep, you're going to be tired through the day, and it keeps knocking your system off. So right here to demonstrate, he's sleeping right now on his back. If I see kids sleeping on their back, there's a pressure already. It makes you uncomfortable. That is not the proper way to sleep. But some people say I sleep on my back all the time. Here's what happens. Some woman phoned me up and she told me, my kids, I've heard this, from 6 years old to 16, still peeing themselves. Imagine that, peeing themselves. And they can't stop it. I don't know. I can't stop peeing myself in bed at night. A guy in Italy and one in Germany found out that inside your bowel is little diverticuli pockets. They look like little eggs. The yolk of an egg, the yellow part, and they stick in pockets. And it starts dumbing the nerve center. So what happens if a kid pees to bed? He can't stop it. He doesn't know when it's happening. And it's embarrassing. They go to somebody's house, pee on the bed, and destroy the bed, because you don't want a bed with pee on it. Smells forever like cat pee. He's laying on his back. First thing I ask him, does he sleep on his back? Yes. And he pees to bed. That means he's uncomfortable in that position. He lays on his back. So already I know he has a good chance of having pockets in his bowel. So you could take a product called M3. And M3 is 3 different types of magnesium. You could take magnesium. You could take magnesium oxide. Gets the bowel going, puts oxygen into the bowel. You could take magnesium citrate. It's for the organs or glands, or to calm the mind down. You could take magnesium malate, which means it's for restless leg syndrome. Somebody's got restless legs, you need magnesium malate. They'll say, oh, you can't take too much magnesium. It could harm you. Never. The only symptom of too much magnesium is diarrhea. So why are you worried about diarrhea? If you got diarrhea, cut it back. But it's the best sedative in the world for making you sleep. Take it at bed 1, 2, 3. Some nights I take 5. And when you get up in the morning, bang, you're ready to go to the bathroom. You sit down on the bathroom and it's over. You're not sitting there for a half an hour grunting and groaning on the toilet, which is important. People read comics on the toilet. They read books on the toilet. Very stupid. And I'll tell you why. When you sit down on the toilet and you're reading magazines, comics, whatever, as soon as you lower your trousers, your body says push. Now the bowel starts to push and push, and that's how people get hemorrhoids. And if you're sitting there for that long, something's wrong. You know what a good BM is? You hardly need toilet paper. It's not diarrhea. It's not hard lumps. It's about the size of a loonie, 12 to 18 inches long. And that's a good bowel movement. And if you're not having that, you should come in and get tested by a Sho-Tai practitioner, and he'll find out what you need to go to the bathroom. Getting back to sleeping. Sleeping is so important. He's laying on his back. So that's how I know. If they have a problem, they have diverticular buckets. If they're peeing to bed, they're laying on their back. Now, I will tell them what to do to stop them from peeing to bed, and it takes only a few days. Horrible problem. There's 3 different things that can cause that peeing to bed. But he's laying on his back here, and do you toss and turn at night when you do that? You don't just stay in that position, eh? He doesn't stay in that position because it's uncomfortable. Something else he did here, he crossed his feet. They'll cross their legs. And a person will cross their feet, and I had him purposely put a sock on. They will cross their feet if there's a problem with their lower back. Their lower back's out. Some people go get it clicked. Some people hang upside down in an inverter. One of the guys told me, I've hung there for 2 weeks, nothing's happened. I said, hang in there. You hang upside down, and slowly the body starts pulling better, and then it'll pull back in place. Some people get muscle therapy from us, and that's where one muscle is tight and the other's weak. So if the chiropractor clicked it in, it would go and pull it out. Nothing wrong with chiropractors because you have to see them. But as soon as we do that muscle and the chiropractor clicks them, now it'll stay in place. You're not wearing the bones out. So he crossed his legs would mean already that he's uncomfortable. He's trying to get comfortable. Something's out in his lower back or his hip. Want to work. Now the other one here, I'll get him to uncross his legs. He's wearing a sock. That tells me right away his feet are cold. A lot of people take and wear socks to bed. Isn't that crazy? You're wearing socks to bed. They're freezing their feet. Or the opposite. Their feet are freezing. The circulation's down in the system. It could be caused by a couple of things. It could be their back's out. They have a thyroid problem. Thyroid has 7 parts to it. And if one of those thyroids are down, the T4 that runs the heart, you're not getting circulation to your feet, so they're freezing. Another thing, their feet could be burning, yet they're freezing cold. Well, you say, how could that happen? If the back is out, it sends electricity down there, but the blood's not going. And when the blood is not flowing there, the feet are cold. You touch them, they're cold, but they're burning inside. They're burning up, and you get restless legs, and it's horrible. You toss and turn, and you can't get comfortable. So you need magnesium malate, and you need to get your back looked at, see a chiropractor, or if you come and see one of our guys, they would do muscle therapy. And where I would get him to put one leg on top of the other and line it up, and I'll just demonstrate that now. I would get one leg on top of the other, and I'd pick them up, and I would just get him to pick his feet up, and right there, I can tell he's got one leg longer than the other. Now already, that's why he crossed his legs. It means his lower back is out. One of his hips has slipped up into a socket. And if you look at one of our therapies there, we can put that hip, they have a leg, one leg longer than the other. You see that all the time. They're walking on an angle, and you can see that they're tipped, one shoulder's high, one's low, all the symptoms I can see. And we do a certain little stretch, takes a few minutes, and it pulls the long leg even. And the pressure comes off of the whole frame. It's like the foundation of the house is off, and we've got to pull it back on. Now, we want to make sure that his hip is in. That's very easy to get back in place. So we don't want his feet burning. So if he's crossed his legs or he's wearing socks, something's wrong with his sleep already. Now this one, the next one, I'm going to get him to lay on his side towards the camera, And I'm just going to show you something. You sleep like you usually do. Now he turns sideways, and notice what he's done here. He stuck his arm under the pillow and put this over top because he's trying to be comfortable. First of all, he's not comfortable. Your arm, does it fall asleep sometime? Because he's sleeping on his arm. Okay, so we want to just purposely show you what we want to do to this neck. You want to make his neck comfortable in here so his head is lying even. So he's laying this way pretty good. Okay? This way, first of all, we want this side comfortable. So I will just exaggerate that form by using a half-round pillow. And some people get a half-round pillow, and they lay on it. And I'm just going to exaggerate. You can get a pillow that's a little round. I'll get you to lift up, and I'll stick this under, lay down there comfortably. Now, you see how his neck, is that comfortable? Does it feel really good?
Better than that.
Yeah, it feels better than that, because this is round and contoured to his neck. I just did this as an exaggeration. That's kind of a pillow. You can get a little half-round pillow instead of the pillows you've been used to. Now he stuck his both hands out here, and they're relaxing. Sometimes just putting that hand right there, you'll start getting used to it, and you feel a little better, a little better. Some people stick a hand out of the covers. Do you see that? Or a leg out of the covers to cool down. It's too hot, it's too cold. That means usually circulation is down in the body, and they've got a part of their body out. Amazing how this sleeping right here, he'll feel good. But when he has his hand underneath and it starts falling asleep, you're sleeping improper. Another thing, now I'm going to lift this cover, see here, and his knees are one on top of the other. Now, when you touch there, the knees, they start to ache. It's starting to cut off circulation. So I found that if you take a small little pillow and you lift his knees and you just stick it in between and he sleeps, some of them stick it like that, okay, and cover that up, do you feel more comfortable? When I muscle test this, how comfortable is it? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 90% comfortable. Now when I take this out and let this go down, the bones resting on the bones and they start getting cold. How comfortable? 10, 20, 30, 40. Means he's 40% comfortable. Means he'll try toss and turn to try get a comfortable position, and you waste the whole night. When you get up in the morning, you're more exhausted than you started in the day. Okay? That one. Now when I test how comfortable is this? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. It's at 80. I am just going to get him to take that out, and I'm going to put him to put his arm underneath like he did before. How comfortable is that? 10, 20, 30, 40. 40% comfortable. It means 60% bad. So he's going to be tossing and turning and trying to find the right place all the time. Now, he's laying like this. We want to make sure that he's comfortable. Now, watch this. I will get him to lay on his stomach comfortably. What would you do to be comfortable? And why it is, I'm not telling him what I'm to do. I want him to show you what he's doing. So you'll always be comfortable. He wants to be, he's laying like this. Now notice, when we pull the covers back, he's got an arch in here upward. So now this is putting pressure right here on the back. I can just muscle test that. Don't even have to. Is that where the pressure you're feeling it? Right there on his back, it's starting to crimp. And the circulation slows down. They get heavy in the chest. They can't breathe. Also, he's sleeping on his heart. He's sleeping on the organs or glands. He's making the whole body crunched. And if you have any kind of a belly, as you get older, it's called, what are they called? The expanding 30s. They get expanded a little fatter, a little pot belly. And if he's got a pot belly, which he doesn't, lucky he doesn't right now, and right here, that'll put pressure on all the organs in the body. And as soon as the organs or glands are on pressure, bang, the bowel slows down. The most important thing in your body is the bowel. And right now, he's putting a lot of pressure on his bowel, even though he's slim, trim, and looks good, and looks like one of the guys out of a magazine. He can be feeling horrible inside just because the way he slept on his bowel. So he's putting pressure on his bowel, and he's putting pressure on the heart from sleeping on here. And both of his hands he has underneath the pillow to try to compensate. And you know what happens a lot of times in the morning? They wake up and they have a horrible neck problem. Do you find that? Their neck will ache and ache. Either side he turns, he's trying to turn, and it's put pressure on a disc, and bang, it'll slip out. Now he's starting to get a neck problem. and you have to start going to the doctor and they click it in and click it out. Nothing wrong with doctors, but if you're at the doctor all the time, 2-3 times a month, something's wrong. You're not taking care of your body. I'm telling you how to take care of your body, not to how to take care of mine. I know by sleeping. Sleeping is a big deal. This sleeping part right here on his neck. The next one we're going to go to is, I'll get you to turn over and you turn this way. Turn towards me. Oh, so he's turned towards me, you see? It's like this. First of all, remember, you want this pillow between his legs and to feel comfortable. Some comfortable. But if somebody has hurt their arm, somebody's hurt their arm, they will favor this arm right here. Say this arm is sore. They'll have this arm up all the time. But while they're doing that now, they're putting a lot of pressure on the heart. They're putting a lot of pressure on the heart. All the pressure is going on the heart, and the heart is the one boom, 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 boom. And you want to keep all the pressure off your heart. So we want to make sure when a person sleeps that he sleeps the right way. You probably never heard this before about sleeping. Sleeping is so important. If you're not sleeping, your body's not resting. From 11 at night till 3 in the morning, the body repairs. And if you're not getting a good sleep, you're tossing and turning. And each organ or gland eats at a different time. From 11 till 1, the gallbladder eats and rests. Every organ eats and rests. And then it has to take a rest. It eats and then goes to the bathroom. The heart, from 11 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock, eats. That's why you should never exercise at noon hour. The heart's trying to take a break, and you're pushing it to the maximum. So it starts rejuvenating at that time, from 11 to 1 and 1 to 3. That's gallbladder and liver. They're repairing the body at that time. So it can't repair if you're up and down. Now he's sleeping this way. Like I said, the pressure's here to ease some of the comfort. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. His legs feel okay. Right here, how does his body feel? It's better than having a sore arm. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. This way would be 70% good, your second choice. 70% out of 100. Good to sleep this way. The other way would be 90. So if you had an option, I'd say sleep on the other side, sleep on your heart. At least you're giving your arm time to recuperate, and you'll find that. And if you're a person that sweats at night, better start taking salt. Salt is the key. It's sodium chloride. And sea salt is the best one to take. If you sweat at night, you're low on salt. Even in mines, they give you a salt pill if you're sweating too much and stop you from sweating. So first of all, if you're a person that takes a drink of coffee, I tell them if you have a cup of coffee, put a little bit of salt in it. Why would you put salt in it? It stops the minerals from the body, the kidney peeing the minerals out, holds the minerals in. It stops your acid from going up. It balances your electrolytes, and instead you start sweating right away. It'll stop you from sweating. Instead of the poison can only leave the body 4 ways. One of them is through the kidney. One of them is through the lungs. And one of them is through any orifice on the body. The last one is through the rectum is another one. Let me do that again. Rectum, kidneys, through the mouth, and that's why some people have bionic breath. And the last one is through the skin. And you don't want to be sweating through the skin when you could pee that out. So this is all about sleep. So you'll see, I'll just get him to go back to that comfortable way and turn the other way and stick this between. And do you feel good? Is that the best? Do you feel most comfortable that way? That's the way you'll feel most comfortable. See, he has his hand on there, and you can get pillows now that are contoured to your head. And that's what you should get. This is a little exaggerated form. It's a little bit half round, but you can see right away when they lay on that, it looks like a half moon. You lay on it and say, wow, did I ever have a good sleep? And that's from a massage table. They make you lay back. Thank you very much. I'll be right back, and I'll be going through sleep aids to end this program, things you can use to help yourself get to sleep. Because remember, if you're not sleeping, your body's not rejuvenating. If you're not sleeping, your organs or glands aren't resting. If you're not sleeping, you will age twice as fast as normal. You see a good-looking girl and all of a sudden she's aged. Ask her, you're not sleeping? No. Then you're not eating proper. And if you're not eating proper, you're not working proper. It's like a cow eating meat. It's going to catch up with you and wreck your life. I'll be right back after this message. Thanks. Hello, my name is Terry Bell, and I'm going to tell you about a nice, wonderful product that I found. This product I took and I give it out to people just to get rid of it. And they would come back in a few months and said, I can't believe how good I digest food now. A lot of people with heartburn, you can get puffed, bloated, gastric, burping, farting, may lead to constipation or diarrhea. If you have a digestive problem, and what is in this little product, you're hearing about probiotics all the time, and they cost hundreds of dollars, 60, 70 bucks a month. Over the year, it's going to cost hundreds. This one is very cheap. For a month, about $17. Don't have to refrigerate. You just keep it in the bottle with a meal twice a day. You have heartburn that never quits, you need this product. In fact, we were brought up Mennonite, and if you ever let gas go in church, we had to sit in our own pew. So you know what I'm talking about. Gas is horrible. I even had a customer that came in that every time she walked, she would let gas go. After being on that product for a little while, she said, I can't believe the first month I seemed to get more, and then it disappeared. And what it does, it makes you digest all your products. There's a prebiotic in there, a probiotic, acidophilus, bifidophilus, and friendly bacteria. They're all in one. You don't have to spend a fortune to get well, just 2 capsules a day. See your Sho-Tai practitioner in your area. Look them up, Sho-Tai practitioner, or Google Terry Bell, and they'll tell you who's near you. You can pick those up. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a good meal tonight. Hello, this is Terry Bell. I would just like to tell you about the Restless. If you can't sleep, remember you have to sleep. In other words, your body won't rejuvenate, or you can't rest, and it destroys the rest of the day. There's a few things. Some people take Gravol to sleep. If that's the case, you've got an upset stomach, your liver and gallbladder are on the whack, and you've got to get back on track. So taking Gravol all the time, it'll put you to sleep, sometimes makes you groggy during the day. But I'll tell you one, right here it's called M3. It's magnesium with 3 different types of magnesium. One of them is magnesium citrate, and that calms the organs or glands down. The other one is magnesium oxide, makes the bowel go. So when you get up nice and early in the morning, bang, your bowel wakes you up and you go to the bathroom and it's all over but the crying. Second one, the third one is magnesium malate. If you have restless leg syndrome, wow, that's horrible. They jitter and move and they make you nervous. You need magnesium malate. This one has all 3. So if a person's going to try to get to sleep at night with it, you start off with 1 or 2. Doesn't work, next night 3, 4, 5. If you get diarrhea, stop and count down. Just continue, and magnesium will start calming you down. It's one of the most unique things to get you to sleep. Next one here is called sleep juice, and it's a juice some of my staff use it, and that juice you just take a teaspoon before bed. If it's not working, go to a tablespoon and then slowly back off. Some people just a couple of drops a day, and it's a sleep aid to help you sleep. Another one, we got a real amazing product there. It's Kava Kava for sleeping, and it's also valerian root. Valerian root calms your nerves, because you could be a person that thinks overtime. You're upset, you're up and down, you're stressed, you're in and out all day long, fast, hard on the nerves, somebody's after you. Valerian root and Kava Kava. I started out with 2. I had to go to 3, 4, 5, 6. As soon as it started working, I cut down, and a week later to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It helps you sleep. If you need Tylenol, people take Tylenol to go to sleep. Isn't that amazing? Do you know what that instantly means? That you have pain in your body that you've hidden. People have hidden pain, which means it could be a hidden emotion. They have an emotion pain. They have a mechanical pain. Or they just have a little pain that hovers over them and they blot it out. They take Tylenol, the body calms down, the pain is gone, they fall asleep. In that case, you need to get on calcium and magnesium every night to sleep. Start off with 2 breakfasts, 2 supper, or 2 breakfasts, 2 at bed. And if you have to go to 3, 4, instead of Tylenol, you can take calcium and magnesium. Tylenol, continuous use of it. Over 5,000 people by statistics lose their kidneys and liver is damaged in the United States every year. 5,000 lose their kidneys. You know, if there was a lottery like that, you would want to join up right away. The last one for sleep is a magnet. And you'd say, what does a magnet have to do with anything? The dot away. You would stick that on right on your forehead. And there's people that put little dots on their foreheads from around the world cultures. And you put a little magnet on there. They put a stone. And it's to balance the electricity. This dot away means positive, away from the body. And when we put the magnet right between your eyes, it starts slowing your brain down because you're thinking overtime. And you want to get that right on there to sleep. Because if you're not sleeping, if I'm not sleeping at night, I get up and I'll take one of these 3 things to make me sleep. Sleep is that important. Now, we've talked about sleep through this whole thing. The way you sleep on the bed, a proper bed. Proper sleep on your front, back, side, and everything else. Sleep aids to help you sleep. And one of the other ones, some people put on a television and they watch a movie and start falling asleep. Some people will eat a food that they're allergic to, because as soon as you eat a food, you get some of these symptoms. You eat the wrong food. Or tired. So they take a piece of bread before they go to bed, and it makes them tired and go to sleep. Some people take garlic. Garlic is a very good product, but when you take it, it knocks the oxygen out of your blood, so you feel sleepy. So people eat garlic in the day and say, oh, I've got a good herb. No way. It's making you tired. Best time to take garlic is between 11 and 3 in the morning, because it works on the gallbladder and liver, puts you to sleep, then the garlic can work. Thank you very much for joining us on this program. How important sleep is. In the following weeks, I'll be talking about the bowel and different products that help you and that don't help you. Thanks again from Herbal, and hope you phone in, and hope we hear your comments. I'll be on a TV station near you. Thank you. Terry Bell saying good night.